Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to be talking about that potential for that major Arctic blast, the potential for heavy snow in the Great Lakes, and actually some snowfall for the Northeast in early January. So first we're going to talk about current conditions right now. This is Wednesday, December 29th, 2021. It's almost New Year's Day. And let's start getting into it. We do have a severe weather event that the National Weather Service has already put out. They already put out a warning for tornadoes possible in the area tonight. This will be tomorrow morning. We still have that heavy rain going on for Tennessee, but that moves offshore, and we have leveled cold air. There isn't a trough or a ridge present. There is just a straight line of either cold or warm air around freezing or not freezing. But that later gets interrupted by our major Arctic blast that goes all the way down to southern Texas, and brings a hefty amount of heavy snow for the Great Lakes on January 2nd. And in yesterday's short video that I made, some of that on the GFS model makes it a little bit more present as the cold air moves to the east and meeting with the backside of the storm, which could actually bring in a lot of snow for the Northeast before it exits out. Then we are left with cold air and this pattern we're going through. This will be present for a lot of reasons because this could bring the potential for multiple northeast snowstorms. First one is for the Great Lakes, which brings down that cold air, which sets up for this storm, which goes up and causes the first snow for the western part of the Northeast and mostly the Appalachian Mountains, even snow in Virginia. But that brings in our first snow amounts for the Northeast, but that pattern seems to hold right here, where there's more cold for the east, which eventually creates this little storm right here, which could bring light to moderate snow to the Northeast, and then we have this system right here, which could actually be a moderate to heavy snowstorm, if possible, at the most. And that would be the end of the GFS. Now, looking at the GFS's greatest enemy, the Euro model, we first start with current conditions currently right now. We do have that severe weather event that will happen in Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee through tonight and tomorrow, except the Euro model is a little bit earlier than expected. The Euro model pushes that storm all the way off the coast even earlier than expected, but that soon brings the cold air down with that Great Lakes snowstorm that they've been talking about. And I don't think that the Euro model is showing some back snow for the Northeast, but it does show that pattern of cold air coming down. And we do get that cold air coming down, which could create a little bit of a pattern for snow, especially this storm right here. I think the Euro and the GFS model have been picking up on the snowstorm. It will be coming in the second week of January, between the first and second week. We could get some heavy snowfall. It could be a moderate to heavy snow event, but take this with a grain of salt because this is a week and a half away, and there is a lot of mysteries to be solved about what we could expect from this storm. And who knows, it could change. The pattern could change. Anything could change at this moment until we're 48 hours away from the snowstorm. Then it's pretty much almost guaranteed that it will happen. Only slight changes will happen, but this is just something to watch. We will be watching this. I am predicting some sort of snowstorm for the Northeast in early January. Now let's look at the total snowfall amounts for the Great Lakes and the Northeast. Our current snowfall totals so far. In California, there will be around a lot of snow in Eastern California. That's been just constant snow for these areas over here. Midwest going a little bit dry in this area. Northeast definitely more dry. This is not normal that you would see. You would see way more snow than this actually. But anyways, let's get to it. We're going through our first Great Lakes snowstorm. It should be right after New Year's. Yep, we do have that snowstorm. These areas will actually get a lot of snowfall, which will bring down that huge Arctic blast. But in the Ohio Valley, not really that much going on. Chicago could actually get their first snowstorm over half a foot. That does spread out a little bit, and the GFS does bring that some of that back snow with it, bringing around an inch or so to some areas. Um, but then we have that pattern going where we're gonna see constant snowfall, rounds of snowfall, or snowstorms to the northeast. This will be our first one, the one that will bring it to the west side. All the way down the Appalachian Mountains, but mostly in the Ohio Valley actually. But and that only affects this side. The coastal region's not going to get anything whatsoever. But then we get our second snowstorm here, where we have that major snowstorm there, for mostly the western part, but the coastal regions could pick up more than an inch or so, actually. And then we have another round of snowfall, which is actually even more significant, which could actually bring a little bit of a dusting there for Washington D.C. and New York City. A few inches of snow. I know we've been talking about a snowstorm in early January, but the GFS is a little bit late with it actually. I don't think the GFS and Euro are completely off on the date. The Euro predicts it on January 8th, but the GFS is like a whole week later that we're gonna see more snowfall. So they have two completely different storms with two completely different snowfall totals. I'll show you an example as we move into the European model next. All right, now we are at the Euro model. We are starting on New Year's Eve, where we have our first Great Lakes snowstorm here. It does go up and bring a significant more amount to Chicago. Actually, it's definitely more southward than the GFS model. This is going to be a pretty significant snowfall amount all the way from the Rockies in Colorado all the way up to the point of Midway in Canada. Actually, that will be the first snowstorm, and it does not bring any backside snow to it whatsoever. A little bit for the Appalachian Mountains, but pretty much nothing basically for the east. But that does bring down some more cold air, and we get another snowstorm for the Great Lakes region, just piling up in Chicago. And then bam, we have a very good shot of snow right there for the Euro. So far the Euro doesn't show the total snowfall accumulations for the Northeast yet. We're gonna have to wait until the next run where it shows more snow for the Northeast, but I'm predicting way more snow for the Northeast in the next Euro run if this does keep up. And wow, just look at Chicago. This definitely makes up for the snow drought that Chicago has. They have barely received anything this year. But this should definitely break it if it does happen. This is just a wild amount of snow right here. Yeah, especially here, and here, these pockets near the Great Lakes where we could receive a lot of snowfall actually. The Northeast, definitely more snowfall in these regions right here. But coastal regions, if you're around here, you could not have as much as anticipated, but could still happen for you guys over there. But anyway, if you are in this area right here, you might be expecting a little bit of very heavy snowfall. Even some down here in the south could receive some snowfall. Yeah, it's very tight between in Long Island. Long Island, probably going to see something, but it's going to be very close for these regions down here. It's going to mainly affect these regions right here that I'm outlining out right now. Um, otherwise, this is probably it for this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you when the next storm hits. Out.